Text reveal is used all the time in movies and on YouTube videos because of how simple and how satisfying the outcome is. And it isn't actually too difficult. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you how you can actually pull this off. So what you want to do is make sure your camera is still. This will give you the best results. Position yourself or the subject, making sure you're taking up substantial space on the camera. Now, record the subject moving across the camera, but make sure you give yourself enough room to edit the text on later. Okay, so you've done all that, you've got all your footage recorded, it is now time to move on to the second part, which is editing. Okay, so we are now in Final Cut Pro 10 and I have my clip that I recorded earlier in here. The only thing I've done to it is I've muted it so it doesn't come up during the recording. As you can see when I press play here, I go all the way across, giving myself enough room to edit in the text. So the first thing we're going to do is actually pick the title that we want. So I'm going to go up to these 6 squares here to open up our titles view. Click onto titles. Now I'm going to pick custom. I'm going to drag this down. I'm just going to trim it so it lines up. Now what I'm going to do is go up to the inspector window right up here. And since the background is pretty white, I'm going to change the color of it to black. Put the font in bold and then make it a bit bigger. This is just so I can see it better, but you can obviously change yours to however way you would like to. So what we're trying to do is make it so when I walk by, it starts to reappear as I walk by. You can't see it in front of me, so you won't be able to see it at this point, but as I walk by, you'll be able to see it basically coming out of my back. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and fast forward until it's going to start. So it's going to start coming out of my back right around here. We're going to cut the clip. So now we have that it won't show up and then it will finally start to show up once I walk by. Now to actually make it so it shows up as I walk by, we need to add a mask. So we're going to go down to the effects panel. We're going to search draw mask. I still have caps on. We're going to drag this onto our text. You can see here it says click to add a control point. This is where it seems to get a little bit more difficult, but it's not really, it just takes a lot of time. We're going to mask out the George. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by making just a little square without the fourth side, just like that. Make sure you're not going to the edge of the subject. And now we're just going to zoom in. I'm going to go in 100%. And now what we need to do is key point the outside of whatever the text is going to be coming out of. So for me it's my arm, so I'm going to start about here, place a pinpoint, and I'm basically just going to outline it. What you can do is that if you have curved lines, you can press, keep holding down, and just curve it like this to put it wherever you'd like it to go. So just outline your subject and then join it back together. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go up here and choose onto this little tape kind of icon. Click onto that. You can see draw mask will be here, and now what we want to do is go down to invert mask and make sure you check that. This means that when it is inside the mask it will not appear. Okay, now we are going to do what's called keyframing. So we are starting here and we are going to go up to the very top of where it says draw mask, 2-finger click. Where it says keyframes, press add. It has now added a keyframe onto everything here. Okay, so now you're going to go forward 1 frame by pressing the right arrow on your keyboard. It brings you forward 1 frame like this, and now what you have to do is just realign everything. So you can just move it closer if it stays the same, or if it changes at all, you'll have to just relocate the points. So it is continuing to outline everything. Now you're going to go forward a frame again, and you're going to do the same thing. So here is changing a little bit, so I'm just going to bring this up a little bit, here as well. And now as you can see, it is beginning to appear as if it is behind the subject. So now you continue, you go ahead another frame, realign everything, go ahead another frame, realign everything, go ahead another frame, realign everything. And you basically just want to continue this all the way until the entire text has been spelled out and it is not, none of it is being covered by the mask. And we are done. So now that I'm finished, I'm just going to zoom back out. You can see the entire word is now on the screen. None of it is being covered by the mask. So now you're just going to click off it and then play it. Now that looks pretty good. If you pause it and you want to get rid of these little key points here, you can go up to where it says draw mask and just touch this little pen and it'll hide them. Now you can look back for any mistakes you might have made. So I didn't cover it completely here. So what I'm going to do is bring back the control points. Just bring this up and there you go. You've got it. Another thing you can do, that if you feel like it is still not great and you feel like you could have pinpointed it a bit better, you can go to feather over right here and you can bring that up or down and it will hide it or get rid of it to make it seem a bit more smooth and a bit more flush, and the lines won't be as sharp. And now basically you just want to change anything you'd like to. Now you can just completely customize the text. If you still want to customize the text, just go back to here and you can change anything. Go back to here, you can even change the text if you wanted to. And as you can see, it is now done. So this has been how to reveal text in Final Cut Pro 10. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.